Okay, so we're going to start this video with, as any good video does, with setting up the connection to our AL block. In this case, note the default IP address is here in the bottom left, and you'll see my setup here. The typical setup is to plug this directly into a laptop. I have a dongle in my case here, or if you have a network card. Then we go to your network connections. In my case, I'm right-clicking on my dongle icon here to go and selecting properties to get to Internet Protocol version 4, which I highlight, go to the properties. And then from there, I'm choosing static IP. The static IP has to be in the same range as the block. In this case, I made mine 192.168.1.111 and 255 three times with a 0 as the subnet, and you hit OK. Now we are able to connect to the block with one of our software tools to change the IP setting to match your network. Okay, so regardless of whether we're doing a IO-Link master with Ethernet IP, like we see here, or we're doing one of the Ethernet modules with Ethernet IP, they're all going to have that default we saw on the main screen, the 192.168.1.250. All the data sheet pages like you see here. If we scroll down them, there's going to be a download section. Each one of them typically is going to have a Alan Bradley or some other startup guides available. Just as a note, the firmware, the EDS is here. The EDS is also included in the startup guides typically. But what we want to take a look at here are the configuration tools. Now, I'm going to go over the three main tools that we use. The first one here under downloads is the IFM NetSetter tool. You can download that for all these things you can download for free, but this one is the main one I would suggest downloading. It's the most current. Once you download that, you don't need admin rights to install it, and you can just open it up, hit scan, and it will pull in. Mine's connected to a network, so it's pulling in some other things from the network, but it's also pulling in my direct connection, and that's the thing that we want. So you'll see here, mine is pulling this connection in twice for some reason, but regardless of that, it's the quickest tool to use. If you click on IP, you just come here, we can make all the changes that we need to here, 200, or I can make it, let's see, 172.21.52.63 and put it on my network so my PLC can communicate to it, and you click right to device. That's the quickest way to go about it. We also have the next quickest one would be the IoT Core Visualizer. So every uh, module or master, if you put in the IP address /web into Firefox, Chrome, or Edge, it's going to pull up this web server. If we go to parameters and we go down, it pops up and everything's open, but if you minimize that, minimize device info, you can pull up the field bus settings. And in here, we can change the IP address. If it doesn't pull in and you just want to check it, this is the refresh button and pulls it in. Once we make any changes here, we're going to go to this little pen or pencil icon and click on that to write the changes to the network settings. As well, if you have Moneo downloaded and installed, it is off the website. This is 1.12. I'm sure with 1.13 around the corner, everyone's going to have a newer version than this one, but you can download Moneo currently for free. There's a trial license, and it should standalone should be free soon enough. So in Moneo, if you go to field setup, you'll get to network settings. You can make the change here if you wanted to, right? 52, and then there's a nice write to device button that pushes that network setting out for you. Once you have this set, and it has a network IP, subnet, all those things that you need for your network. Now we can disconnect the module from the laptop. We can plug it into your network or plug it into your small lab local network and get to work and get this data where we need it to go. So hopefully that's a nice quick overview for everyone, and yeah, have a great rest of your day out there.